What's up YouTube, Jacob here. Hope you guys are doing well. I just got informed by like 100 people that I wear the same t-shirt in every video. So last weekend I went and bought a ton of t-shirts and I wanted to just do a video all about vintage tees. I basically want to do a guide of how to buy vintage tees, how I buy them. Basically all about t-shirts. So I won't be wearing the same two t-shirts anymore. I'll have some new ones. Also guys, I forgot to mention it, but this ring I released in the summer with Fernando, the one I always wear. We decided to restock it because so many people were asking about it. There's one full size run on the website right now. I'll link it below if you want to check it out. I appreciate it. If not, let's just get into the video. Alright, what is up YouTube? Jacob here. I hope you guys are doing well. Today I have a video I wanted to make for a while now, and it's all about t-shirts, vintage t-shirts, and where I buy them. T-shirts are super important, like everybody needs them, everybody has to buy them, and I really have yet to find a brand that I just like how they fit. So usually, I just go and buy vintage t-shirts, so I want to do a video all about that, basically where I buy them from, what I look for when I buy them, and some really important things you should know when you're buying vintage t-shirts. So that's what this video is all about. I bought a ton of new t-shirts in this video and I want to show you guys them. Here's a few of my favorite comments from the last one, and this one I want to know, what's your favorite t-shirt brand? Where do you buy t-shirts? Because I really need to know. As of right now, I'm just buying straight vintage tees. We'll start off with the first place. And this first place isn't super accessible, but I'm sure you guys can find something like it in your area. It is basically flea markets. There's a thing called the Rose Bowl Flea. It's every 2 weeks in Los Angeles, and I went to it last weekend, maybe? I don't know. I went to it last weekend and I bought a few things from it. Really like it. I know not everyone can go to this exact flea market, but definitely look in your areas because there's a lot of them and you can find some good stuff there. So I bought two shirts. One of them is this Osama Bin Laden one. I don't know if this is offensive. I apologize if it is. I just thought it looked sick. It says, "Wanted, Osama Bin Laden, the most dangerous man in the world, dead or alive." And it has just straight up his face and then the scope on it. It's pretty crazy. I got it for like 20 bucks, which is honestly a super good deal because a lot of people have hit me up to buy this. Now when you're buying vintage tees, the most important thing is the fit. And what you want to look for in the fit is the chest and the neck, the two most important things that are going to determine how it fits. Okay, so when you ask for your dimensions, chest and neck, you want basically a range of measurements. This tee right here is like a 21 to 22 inch. This is like the smallest chest size I'll buy. It just fits true, but usually if you're above 22, you should be good. Neck, this neck is 9. It's kind of loose, but I really don't mind this neck at all. Neck is a little more of a preference thing. I personally like a tighter neck, so I'll go for like the 8 and 9 inch necks. But you don't need to. My tip though. Sizing is key. You saw this. Now the other one I bought, I wasn't really sure about this graphic, but when I saw this, what I really liked about it was its square shape. It's super wide, it's shorter, and it has like this weird World War II graphic on it. And then on the back, it has this super little quote. This one was literally only $5, which is a bargain. I had white t-shirts in mind that day, so I'm happy I got 2 of them. Usually with white tees, I think just like black on white looks the best. This one has a little bit of hits of red. I don't know if you can tell, but in my opinion, both of these t-shirts have like a similar vibe to them. It is kind of military, but it's also vintage, it's historical. That's the kind of t-shirts I like. Now really the cool thing about vintage tees, obviously, is there's so many of them that anyone can like anything and probably find a shirt that looks like what they want. So this is just what I personally look for in graphics. I mean, how I think about it is a lot of people just wear like blank t-shirts every day, basic from ASOS or Uniqlo. I like to wear vintage tees. A lot of the graphics people might say look similar. It's just what I'm comfortable wearing. It's something easy to throw on. It goes with a lot of my wardrobe. Next up is eBay. You can find a ton of vintage t-shirts on eBay. How I see it is like Depop is for all the curated kind of selected t-shirts. Well, eBay is just everything. You could look at vintage t-shirts literally for a week on eBay. I've done it before. There's pages and pages of them. But it's a really great way to find them. Now, this t-shirt, I don't even think it's vintage, but I saw its vintage version. It says Shotgun Willie, and it's inspired by, I believe, some old Willie Nelson merch. Now I saw the original t-shirt for this. I believe the dude wanted like $200 on Depop, and what I did is I went on eBay and I searched it up and I found a reprint of it. It doesn't fit bad. I like the neck. It was only $15. The graphic on it I think is super sick. Again, subtle. And usually when there's like phrases on t-shirts, I'm a little iffy if it's like too long or too like deep or fake deep or emotional. Very emotional. But this one I thought was like a cool phrase, Shotgun Willie. And the thing about this t-shirt actually is it came in and it fit really long, so I went ahead and cropped it. This is something I do to my vintage tees all the time, because usually when you're going for that wider chest, they can be really long. Alright guys, cropping a t-shirt, it's not that hard. So this is one I cropped, and it turned out pretty good. As you can see, I cropped it. It's really not that much longer than a normal length t-shirt, because when you do crop it, usually it rolls up, it fits a little shorter than you think. It's easy to overdo it. You might think you want to come in here and you're like, I want a cropped, dope t-shirt. You just go for it. On paper, this might look perfect. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I also bought this Patti Smith t-shirt on eBay as well. It hasn't come yet, but I think it's gonna be sick. I really like how that one looks. I know a lot of these shirts look similar, but next up is from Round 2 Vintage. Their store, I would compare it to the Depop of the vintage game. Really, what Round 2 Vintage is gonna offer you is some good selected t-shirts, but they're gonna run you a lot more, $40 to $60 usually. And I really don't buy things from there unless I find something I really like. So I went in there the other day with Sanj and Fernando, and I found this. It was pretty cheap. It has this cool portrait of a little girl on it, and I like portrait tees. I think they look sick. Then it has some text on the back. This one, again, I had to crop because it was super long. But what I really like about this t-shirt is it's super light, it's kind of flowy, and it's kind of contrasted to a lot of the shirts I have, because I usually tend to get the thicker ones, and it is nice to have a lighter one. And the other one I wanted to show you from Round 2 Vintage, it's not new, but it has grown to be one of my absolute favorite shirts, and it's this taxi driver one. I literally got this for like $40. I've had people offer me hundreds for it. It definitely loosely inspired the Supreme taxi driver tee, and it's just a sick shirt. This is like my favorite black tee of all time. Really happy with that. And the final shirt I bought from was a store called Wasteland, and it's just this one everyone's seen, blah blah blah. Not much to say about that, but guys, when you're buying vintage shirts, Depop and eBay will usually be the best bet. Thrift stores can be cool as well, but it's a lot harder, it's a lot more effort, but you can save like $15, $20, $30. Most importantly, the neck and the chest. When you're buying vintage t-shirts, that is by far the most important. I couldn't tell you how many times I've bought an XL t-shirt that's fit like a medium and a medium that's fit like a large. You have to ask for the dimensions with vintage, because none of it fits the same. Usually when I buy a shirt, I feel the need to know what it's about before I buy it. I'm not super blind, but I think a lot of people, when they're buying band t-shirts or vintage shirts, they'll look at it and be like, well, I don't listen to this band, I'm gonna get roasted. Honestly, I don't think it matters. I think if you see a t-shirt and you like how it looks, go ahead and buy it, because really, it does not matter. Being informed on something is a myth. If you're super desperate, go ahead and read a Wikipedia article on the band you bought. Anyways, that is my basic guide to vintage t-shirts. Let me know if I missed anything. I've been wanting to do this for a while, as I said, but that is the whole video. Big shout out to these people that tagged me in some cool fits recently on Instagram. And that's it. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. I love you. My name is Jacob. Peace out.